G'day and welcome to Australia. It's early 2021 and I've already, as an everyday consumer, already made a couple of significant purchases this year. I purchased an e-bike from an online global retail store, and I went into a local store and purchased a whole load of camping gear. And I wanted to share with you the processes that those companies have used to encourage me to give them feedback about their products. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the products, particularly the e-bike, but they haven't really inspired me to give them feedback. Now, the email that I got about the e-bike was simply that: don't forget to leave feedback, which I didn't. And about the camping gear, it was a little more friendly, but they listed all the products that I'd actually purchased, and they basically said, would you review us whilst it's fresh in your mind? I decided not to, and then 4 or 5 days later, lo and behold, you get a slightly annoying email that basically said, hey, you bought some things from us, we asked you for a review. Now, would you get on and do that for us? Those weren't the exact words, but that was the sentiment behind the email. And I really don't get why companies don't spend a little bit more time thinking about how they could get me and other consumers to give them feedback on a regular basis, particularly when you bought a new product and you've had a great experience. But thinking on, perhaps I shouldn't be too surprised about that, because the simple fact is that wind the clock back 3 or 4 years and I was doing exactly the same. I was just blasting out emails there saying, hey, here we are, we're really good, would you tell everybody in the world about us? And no surprise that nobody actually was doing that. But what was really frustrating for me was we take a lot of orders over the phone, and people placing their second orders regularly give us really positive feedback over the phone. And I mean, they tell us how our products and services have transformed the lives of themselves or their parents. Now, it didn't really matter what I did or what email I sent as a follow-up to that call, people were just not taking action. And it was so frustrating that I couldn't somehow unleash all the power of those positive comments and the vibe that those people were feeling towards us. And they were just trapped within the 4 walls of our small business. So something had to change. I was determined to find a way to get people to review us on a volunteer basis, not to twist their arms into it or anything like that, but just on a completely volunteer basis. So this course that I will take you through, in lesson 1, I will give you a brief overview of all the different elements of the systems that I use to generate an email and send it out and respond to it. We'll go into, in the second lesson, we'll go into the email itself that I send to all customers that try us for the first time, and it gets sent 8 days after they have received their order. I'll then have a look at what we do as an organisation to respond to that email, and finally how we complete the feedback loop both with the customer and also how we give that feedback to the teams of people that work with us. Now, the question is, why me? Why should you listen to me about these type of things? Well, I would definitely encourage you to go and have a look at the Top Nosh Meals webpage, in particular the review page. It's a small business that we've owned for 12 years, and we built it up from a business that employed one person 12 years ago, i.e. my wife, all the way through to a business now that employs 10 staff, and my wife and myself play a part-time role in the business. We decided to purchase Top Nosh Meals because I was working at the time, and had been for 7 years, for a global transport company, and I was traveling all over Australia, and they started to talk to me about rolling out and organising training for the whole of China. I knew it was time to move on. I've also run my own independent training company, training people on soft skills and management skills and customer service skills and IT over in the UK for 7 years. And any of the roles that I've ever been involved in with organisations, I've always had deliver awesome customer service at the very top of their job descriptions. So, if you're ready to have a look at this system that generates a regular 4 to 6 quality reviews, or encourages people to do that on a monthly basis, we get 4 to 6 regular reviews. It's semi-automated and takes around about 10 to 15 minutes for somebody to handle each one of those reviews. It has an absolutely positive impact, not only on the growth of our business, but also on the direction in which we've decided to take it. Then click wherever you need to click and let's get started.